PlayStation music. That's the mixtape PlayStation music. 1110 music.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Yodi. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about how I met my higher self during meditation and just my whole experience with that meditation session, because so many things came to me and I was like, I have to paint this so that I know I'm not losing my mind. So let's get started. As some of you may know, we are celebrating Spiritually Yodi's 1-year anniversary, which is one of my babies. It is my holistic business where I do readings, my oils, like my self-love bath mixes, my spiritual kits, just everything you need for your spiritual practice to get started in self-love. My business turns a year old, so if you're not following my business page on Facebook at House of Yodi, then you're missing out on all the gems. I'm doing a giveaway, so definitely make sure you are following my business page. I'm giving away basically one of all of my products, and I'm doing a product release of my Yoni steams this Saturday. Yay! Okay, so back to what we're talking about. So how I reached my higher self. So we're gonna start off, I'm just gonna let you know, this is now post hypnosis session. If you're following along with my previous video, then you would know that I did a hypnosis session, and it ties in. Just watch the video. I'm not going to explain it here, but this is post hypnosis session. So this session I did by myself. I was like, I really need to meditate, like I'm really into this, let's do it. And so I meditate, and the meditation was a guided meditation, and it was how to meet your higher self. Oh, it was a beautiful experience. So I'm not gonna give you the particulars of everything. I'm gonna fast forward through some parts because it's a little personal, and y'all don't really need to be in my business like that. No harm, but it's just, that's the tea. So when I was in the hypnosis state, I kind of like go underwater. So I'm like, the visualization of me getting my subconscious mind lifting and my conscious mind shifting is me submerging myself underwater. I always go there before I go into this meditative island that I've created in my brain for some reason, or maybe exists in another room. Who knows? All this stuff is crazy to me right now. Okay. So I'm being submerged. That's how I know that I'm moving into my subconscious mind, into a meditative state. So after I get into the, after I'm submerged into the water, I am resurfaced, but in another dimension on an island, okay? So in the guided lesson, in the guided meditation video, they were like, okay, there's a fork in the road. You're gonna make a choice. On the beach, I see my grandmother sitting here. Is there a recurring theme? Yes, there is. My grandma constantly makes sure I'm going where I'm supposed to go. And there was a forest. I went to the forest. For some reason, I was like, I've already seen you, Grandma. You're cool. I'll see you later. Fast forward. The video, the meditation video was talking about how there is an oak tree, and I visualized that oak tree, and we're opening that oak tree. I opened the door in the oak tree, and there was a room. So as the video, sorry, you're gonna have to, follow along attentively, okay? So as the video was saying, like, pay attention to the room, pay attention to the paintings on the wall, pay attention to the decoration. I didn't have none of that. I had a blank white room. The room was barren and white at first, and then I looked a little harder and I saw all my paintings on the wall. Any painting that I have ever done with some sort of self-portrait was on the wall. The video in this realm then told me the pictures on the wall are of your past selves, and I was like, are you telling me I have been painting my past selves this whole time? Because I really never had an idea what I was painting. I knew it was a very spiritual experience. I'm just a vessel. Spirit works through me and I paint. I never know what I'm painting. I just sit. I'm like, oh, I see it in my third eye. I'm like, I got to create this right now. So I really had no idea what or who I had been painting, except for that one painting. And I'll try to link it here or attach it maybe like right here or something, that looked just like me. And I was like, oh, that's me. But all the other paintings, I've never recognized these people. I've never seen these people before. So I was like, oh, so I've been painting myself. And another thing, side note, when you do meditation sessions, or you just might hear somebody say, you are surrounded by a white light of protection. Most of my portrait paintings are surrounded by white halos, like they're a white aura around them, which I thought was very interesting. Not all of the people have auras, but some of them do. So I'm going to really sit with my paintings and really figure out what is being said here. But anyway, so back to my meditation session. I'm in the room, white room, surrounded by my paintings, just like at all, like, oh, I'm painting my past selves. They're like, there's a room or door at the end of the hall. So I'm walking in my meditation. I'm opening that second room. Again, the meditation guide is saying, pay attention to the decoration. It's a warm room. Nah, my room was black. But it wasn't scary. It was black, no light, just a table with chairs. And the crazy part is I've been in this room before, right as my grandma passed away. Like literally a week after she passed away, I had a dream while we were in the same room, and she was sitting in this same exact chair that was present in my most recent meditation session. So I was like, that's crazy. So I met my higher self. The meditation guide was saying, you know, ask your higher self to come in. When I tell you, my higher self is like banging. Like, if I am the human, if I am the personified version of this energy, I am fantastic. Because this energy was like, oh goodness, I am not worthy. So the guided meditation was like, okay, go ahead and ask your higher self if you have any questions, ask them. And I was like, okay, so I'm beginning to ask my higher self in my meditation. And in this realm, the meditation guide is over talking as I'm talking, right? It's like, oh, don't be afraid to, they might not answer. I'm like, shut up, I'm trying to ask. And I felt my whole body enraged. I was just like, shut up. And my higher self like kind of goes, it kind of like giggled at me. It was like, be calm, little one. I was like, okay, I'll be calm. Like, don't tell me twice. Let me get myself together. So my higher self was really dropping knowledge on me. And I was so emotional. I started sobbing in this realm and the other realm. And my grandma came through. She's rubbing my back. She's like, you gotta relax. You gotta let it out. I'm like, how can I, my question was, how can I hone in my medium abilities? This was prior to me opening the door, and the response, and it wasn't as if I'm talking to you, as if, you know, I'm talking right now, but it's as if the response was like a long sentence in my head, and it was like, you have to release your anger and like your resentment of some sort. And that really did it. I started, was like, you're right. So I started sobbing, and then boom, 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 I started talking to people on the other side. Look at that. But yeah, so that was my meditation session. And basically I was like, oh wow. I was in that meditation session for about an hour. But this is what I created from the session. So I was like, I had to paint this not only for my like sanity, just so I know like this did happen and I have to paint this. But also just so people, I really want to do a series where I'm painting what I experienced during my meditation sessions, just different series. So like sometimes I do series, but this has to happen. So without further ado, this is what I experienced in my meditation session. So this is your girl Yodi, which is just a, I guess an alter ego of me. And then this is my higher self. So this is not an exact replica of what I saw. My higher self had okay, so the meditation guide said like, pay attention, see if it's man or woman. And with my higher self, oddly enough, I didn't feel like overtly feminine or overtly male. But at the same time, I knew that it was a woman or a female gender with high masculine energy, which would make sense to some of my paintings that I've done who are very gender fluid. So that makes perfect sense if I'm painting my past selves and my higher self has that balance of both masculine and feminine energy, which would make sense because we all have masculine and feminine energy real close and real in your face. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so my higher self had her, for the sake of this conversation, her hair pulled up and it had like a loose ringlet curl. It was a bomb. She was yellow, so I had somebody ask me like, why is it yellow? She was like a golden yellow color. Like, I'm golden, you know, I'm not from these parts and I'm not regular, I'm golden. So yeah, she was golden. So this is my attempt of painting what I experienced. I highly recommend, if you meditate, to draw and write everything down as means of tracking what you go through. Again, like I said in my first video, all of a sudden it was just like this click and I'm going on these just like wild meditative adventures, whereas before I would sit down and I'd just be relaxed and I'm like, is this it? So just continue with meditating. Have no expectations for what your meditation might look like, but you definitely need to meditate. My next video will be the power of meditation, as I go into just basically how meditation has helped me as a person. Outside of me meeting my higher self, there's just so many things, and I really preach meditation because it's a beautiful form of self-love. Really just helps you figure out like all the questions. Never mind, let me shut up because I'm saving it for the next video. Just a PSA, I would like to release videos every Friday, preferably in the morning time at some time, so definitely look out. I'm going to be more consistent with a Friday. I can do that once a week Friday. So it's been your girl Yodi. Catch me on my video. I'm going live on Saturday. Going live Saturday on my Facebook page to do a raffle giveaway. Come through, join the fun. You don't want to miss your free products. So yes, stay blessed and stay light and peace. Bye-bye.